Welcome to the Elements of Spirit reading for the week of 4/3/17. This is the water reading for the signs of Cancer, Scorpio, and Pisces. It's funny. The Pisces element of water is all like, I'm not done yet. Okay, we'll see what else there is. Interesting. Let the past dissolve in sadness. Let the light float. Interesting. So this is very much in combination with the ether reading, which is saying that there's no mistake that you're here, right? Coming together in alignment of choices, wear your truth with pride and elegance. It says, I'm here as a result of my past choices. I move forward with a loving acceptance of this present moment. And this is saying, you guys, that like for the water elements, it might be hard to cultivate the eleganza. I feel like a lot of depletion. And I feel weight of the past wanting to be released in light and joy, right? It's like it feels like water element brothers and sisters. It's like you're trying for like hyper transmutation. You want things to get better now. And the interesting thing about this is like, let the past dissolve in sadness. So, yeah. I don't want to do this. Feel more than you think you need to. It's like you are not as okay as you think you are, but you're almost there. So, what's dragging you down? What's holding you back? Answer. Okay. It's not going to change the way you want it to. I know I'm being bold, but I'm being brave. Wearing it with pride and eleganza. So, whatever's holding you back, whatever's weighing you down, it's not going to change in the way you want it to. It's not going to be transmuted into light this week. It has to be mourned first. It has to be buried first. It has to be submerged. It's not really buried. That's not the right word. It has to be submerged. You have to be willing to feel it more. Feel more than you think you need to. I gave a client a long time ago, and probably since then, but a long time ago, a client with a really strong Buddhist practice and background was like depressed because she was getting this channel of sadness that wasn't hers, but that she kept feeling. She didn't know where it was coming from. And the guidance that came through in this session was that it was being given to her for all of those that couldn't process this sadness themselves. So lucky you, it's a very Buddhist idea, like lucky you get to now feel this suffering for all of those sentient beings who can't, and in so doing, process it so that you're relieving some of that suffering. What a great act of service. And what we had to do was find this kind of way, and this is what was given to us, was to find a way into her tears and to give her a few minutes to meditate and then open the floodgates and literally say, okay, Lord Buddha, I'm open to whatever sadness you need me to feel. Wow. Holy shit, you guys. So powerful. I hope this works for you. I got the affirmation. I'll give it to you in a second. So the idea was we had to open up this channel. It gave her the freedom to fully allow this overwhelming sadness, sorrow, grief that wasn't hers to move through her. And, as with all of my clients, the goal is to try to establish better balance in your life and to streamline your energy so you're not wasting it. And in this client's case, the resistance to this sacred channel of grief, which was moving through her, was causing her energy to get stopped up, blocked up, erratic. She was getting depressed, having headaches, all sorts of stuff. Once you start making room for that channel, and you say, okay, I'm not going to let this rule me, but it's a sacred act that I'm performing for the betterment of all sentient beings everywhere in the whole universe. You only get 5 minutes, Lord Buddha, because this is my body for this lifetime. So I'm happy to do this service, but I have some say in it. So I'm going to give you 5 minutes out of my day to feel sadness for all of humanity. And it worked. It helped. It increased balance because all of a sudden she's able to allow this sadness to come through for those 5 minutes, and then now doesn't have to spend the other 23 hours and 55 minutes of her day resisting the sadness that's coming through. So the idea here, water beings, is that you've got to, in order to feel your choices aligning and coming together, in order to wear the eleganza, in order to carry yourself like the Nine of Pentacles, the Nine of Discs, like the dignified eleganza lady in the Nine of Discs, you've got to let go of some baggage and let go of what feels like a lot of thoughts and kind of bullshit about the past that is really just a resistance to the sadness of moving forward, of moving forward, of growing up, of accepting, like we said in the Ether reading, of accepting that I'm here as a result of my past choices and moving forward with a loving acceptance of the present moment. So this says, in order to stand fully in that present moment and move forward with a loving acceptance of this present moment, the water element is saying, we get it. It's hard right now because there's weight, because there's something holding you down, there's something holding you back, and it feels like an accumulation of thoughts, ideas, and energies and beliefs from the past. In order to dissolve those things, you're not going to be able to sublimate it into the light through processing and working and healing and fixing. The idea here is that you've got to submerge those structures in the past and in sadness and let them dissolve. How do you do that? With this affirmation. I'm open to the power of sadness to transform my experience. I'm open to the power of sadness to transform my experience. I'm open to the power of sadness to transform my experience. I'm open to the power of sadness to transform my experience. I let it in. I let the full sadness in to change things, to wash away that which is no longer serving, to wash away that which is old and outmoded. And then the idea is then the light floats up. The light happens easily. But don't even focus on the light. Just focus on the sadness. Focus on mourning that which is past and lost and gone and done and behind you, in order to fully love and honor this moment. And basically, it's saying that rather than processing those choices, I'm here as a result of my past choices. I move forward with loving acceptance of the present moment. Rather than having to process what those past choices are, you are open to the power of sadness to transform my experience. I am open to feeling sad, to letting sadness about those past choices or about things that have happened or things that haven't happened or things that I did or things that I didn't do. If I let myself just feel sad about them, I'm probably going to get over them a lot faster than if I'm looking for the whys and the wherefores and the how comes, okay? Okay, going on a little long with this one, so I'm just going to wrap it up now. I'm open to the power of sadness to transform my experience. Pisces, love it. There was one more thing. So Pisces came through in the beginning. I'm not done yet. Pisces, as the 12th sign in the zodiac, as this deep, deep, watery sign, I guess, watery mutable, right? It's the last sign in the zodiac before the fire of Aries. The power of water to dissolve all separation into one mass of the great cosmic ocean. The power of the ocean to dissolve all thoughts. The power of the void to dissolve everything. That's Pisces saying, I'm not done yet. I have work to do. The power of deep feeling, feeling that you think might overwhelm you, non-personal, objective, grief, sadness, suffering from the world. Try letting it in, you guys, gently, and remembering that you have control over how long. If you're a very emotional person, set a fucking timer, excuse me, but set a timer and say, you get 7 minutes, Spirit, you get 7 minutes, God, you get 7 minutes, higher self, to let in this sadness in order to open yourself to the power of sadness to transform your experience. Thank you, thank you, thank you. See you next week.